Good morning everyone, welcome back to another weekly vlog. Today is Monday and I have this week off work still, so I've got so much to do today. I've already had a productive start to the day because I have already gone to the post office to send off my Vinted parcels. I've sold a couple of bits on Vinted, which is good. I'm just quickly finishing off my makeup because I didn't have time. It was all a bit chaotic this morning getting the little one off to nursery. So I've dropped her off, dropped my parcels off. I've already put a wash load on. Today is going to be about trying to get as much of the guest room finished as possible, because we had the carpet man round at the weekend and he gave us a quote for the carpet, so that's going to be getting done in the next couple of weeks. I've got to get all the painting and wallpapering finished in there today. And then I've got a lot of cleaning and tidying to do as well. I'm going to wear something different on my lips today because I've been wearing the same lipsticks over and over. I'm going to go for Shrimpton by MAC. Just like a peachy nude. And then I might put a little bit of this gloss, this Fenty Heat Hot Chocolate 04. It's like a dark brown, but it's quite sheer. Ooh. Super plumping. I want to get a workout in as well today, so got a lot to pack in. But first of all, I'm going to get changed into my painting stuff and get cracking with painting in the second room. I think I'm done for today in this room. My shoulders are in clip, to be honest. I can't really keep reaching up to the top of the ceiling today. I just feel very achy. But here's how the room's looking so far. The wallpaper's pretty much there. I've got one little strip to do there, which I can get done this afternoon. And then we've got sort of like a good base layer on this wall now, which I can just finish off tomorrow. So I'm super happy with how it's looking. Yeah, I need to hang out the washing now. I'd put a second wash load on So I'm going to go down and hang that out. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hi. You hungry? Yeah? What do you want? Want some num-nums? I'll treat you good. Good. Well. It's looking a bit stormy out here. The sky is looking quite ominous, so I'm going to get the washing in that I hung out earlier. Hi. This big stick. Just saw this blackberry bush has a few blackberries on it, so I'm going to harvest these and put them in the fridge because I want to make a crumble with the apples we've got in the garden, so I can add apple and blackberries into the crumble mixture, which would be really nice. So we've made a lot of good progress in the guest bedroom. This is how we are looking now. I've finished the wallpapering and the painting on the walls, and I just have left to do so I filled the panelling yesterday, and I now need to sand that down and paint over it, obviously in the green. So yeah, you can see I just need to finish off the green paint. I have the carpet man coming round tomorrow to replace the carpet, which I absolutely cannot wait for. Get rid of this grey. And then I bought this mirror. Let me just shut the door so it's easier to see. I bought this really large mirror to go on this wall here. Just needs to be hung. And this will be like a good full-length mirror for me to see outfits in and stuff, seeing as that's where my clothes are. And I also bought this light. I think I've told you this already, but I've got this gold light that's going to hang obviously in this light fitting. My husband's going to fit that for me, and we took the bed down this morning ready for me to reupholster it, and then we can put that back up once the carpet's laid. So I will check back in with you tomorrow once the carpet is in. Well, we officially have new carpet in here, and it looks so good. It makes such a big difference to the room, and it just feels so much brighter and lighter in here. It's lovely. So it goes all the way into the wardrobe as well. Obviously it's still pink in there, and I'm going to use the leftover wallpaper to make it really pretty inside the wardrobe as well, even though it's only going to be me who sees it. And I have actually taken out all the clothes because obviously he had to get into the bottom of the wardrobe, and I'm going to take that as a sort of reason to have a good sort out and just try and organise my clothes a bit better, which I'll show you in a minute. I have also moved in one of the side tables that I finished. So I painted these bedside tables. This green is the same colour as the panelling, which is Olive Tree by Dulux Heritage, and I then painted these cup handles into an antique brass as well, using buff and rub sort of varnish stuff. So I'm quite happy with how they look. I think they look a lot better in the room now they're painted, and obviously I need to move the other one in. Now I've got 2 bedside tables. I need your thoughts on what you think I should do. So basically how the room was before was you come into the room and the bed was here, and then you had the 2 bedside tables either side. But the window isn't central to the wall, if that makes sense. And I had the thought of potentially putting the bed this way round and having it along this wall, so the bed would be here, and then you'd have the two side tables, and then obviously you'd have the mirror here, and then I would have potentially a little unit here, like a sort of dresser. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm going to see how both look, I think, and go from there. But next job for me is going to be reupholstering the bed and then putting the bed back up in here. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it here for today's vlog. If you enjoyed this one, then please do give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do check back in next week's weekly vlog for sort of final finished product in here. So goodbye from me and my lovely new guest bedroom, and I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye!